doing this for the vlog, for the YouTubes. Beautiful day out here in Alpharetta. Plain old January. It's about 30 degrees out. Not too shabby. Pretty beautiful day. Anyways, what's going on everybody? This is Gerardo speaking with Red Barn Builds. I figured I'd make this video and bring you guys along an installation. So before we get started with the installation, I just want to talk a little bit about the job itself. This job was a job that I try to be smart about it, and I gave it to my contractor. I asked him to send me some measurements, and he didn't send them. I mean, he did send them, but and you know, trying to be smart, fabricating it at the shop rather than having to come out and just take measurements and go back to the shop, and just trying to be smart about what I'm doing, about my time. Anywho, and while trying to do that, the contractor failed to tell me, or failed to consider how the handrail was going to go through the house, and it's a bit of a awkward it's a bit of an awkward reach in there, but we'll get it done. I will have to painfully cut the handrail in half and then refabricate it inside of the home, but that's I've been dreading doing this, and now it's time to do it because I want to get paid. You know, I don't want to just do work for free. Anyways, we'll get to it. This job is only about like 10 minutes away from my old location here in Alpharetta. So I drove around yesterday doing quotes for areas in downtown Atlanta, and I decided to stay here at my old location. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good morning. Today is January 14th, Tuesday, I think, 2025. And yeah, we'll give you a little bit of shot of beautiful Alpharetta. I just love this area. So pretty. It snowed a little bit, or a couple days ago, so there's still a little bit of snow right there. Not too bad though. We got the old rig out here. Still currently looking for a new rig, but this thing will do for now. I'm thinking either get a new truck and just start over fresh with something else, or take the bed off and put it on a different chassis or different truck. But anywho, hope you guys let me know what you think of the truck. Here's my dad's dent side. I think that's what this one is. I'm not sure what this one is. There's a kid walking over there, so we won't record him because that's just weird. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and give this old girl a cold start here, even though it's not considered a cold start in many other areas of the country because it's still pretty warm comparing to other areas, of course. Anyways, YouTube, I hope you guys have enjoyed this morning vlog, and I'm gonna get to it. We made it to Alpharetta. This is the handrail that's gonna get installed. Like I said, it's built correctly, but it's not gonna fit into the location where it's gonna be installed. So I'm gonna cut it and fit it through the window. I hate to cut these pretty welds, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. All right, we'll show you the process. All right, we got our handrail chopped up. We got a clean little cut. Now we're gonna prep it for TIG welding indoors. Just mild steel, probably at like 80 amps. I got a trigger on me, so I can't go too hot. But hopefully this is just as smooth as this cut was. Keep you guys updated. We got the handrail up. I had some assistance of some of the guys that are here. If it weren't for that gentleman, I would have been way more difficult than it needed to be. But we're about to start welding, sanding, painting, and being done with this because I got other stuff to do. So anywho, it's a beautiful day out here, enjoying the nice weather. Love Alpharetta. Look at this nice tree here. Got the rig out. If anybody wants a video on a tour on this rig, I can do that. It's not much, it's just a couple of Joe boxes, whatever you guys call them. Anyways, let's get back to work. Let's go. Of course, we ran out of gas, 100% argon, so we're gonna go stop by my favorite place, Gas and Supply in Cumming, Georgia. Very convenient for the gas to run out when I'm, you know, in the tightest of tightest spots. But I've considered bringing the other tanks that I know are full too, but I was like, nah, this one's got enough. Ugh, how annoying. Anyways, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, you know. Sometimes it feels like Monday, sometimes it feels like Tuesday. Today feels like Monday. Maybe I'll get some lunch on the way back. The gas supply is like 30 minutes away, so it's not too bad. Now we stomp on it. All right, let's go. Took longer than I wanted it to, but I'd rather it be done correctly than me thinking I didn't do a good job. I welded this side solid and the top solid, but I started welding down there and it just popped the breaker, so I'm not gonna weld up the rest of it since it's indoors. Just silicone it. It's plenty strong for what it is. If you guys don't believe me, I'll give you a test right here. Let's see how many screws we got in here. Put my fire blanket so I don't burn my guy's floor. I'm giving it the beans. And that's only with one screw there, and 2 screws on each plate on that side. So it's only gonna get stronger here in just a minute. I didn't put this in here. The contractor put it in. I see that the handrail's twisted. But that's not my issue. That's someone else's problem. Actually, that's the reason why we had this problem, because of that railing right there. It wasn't in the way. I could have probably pulled it up through this opening, but anywho, my guy thought I broke his door over there and he was pissed off at me, but I didn't break it. Someone else did a poor job, and as soon as I used the door latch snapped off. But I saw that under the door latch they like put spacer screws in it, so the reason why I pulled on it was because I felt like it was open. I didn't even pull it, like I didn't even put my body weight on it, and the thing snapped off. And he texted me, he was like, hey, did you break this? And of course I did, so I'm not gonna say no, you know. I told him, yeah, I did it. But it seemed to me like a small deal, but he seemed to have taken it a little less lightly. Anywho, I fixed that. I like doing stuff like that when people get on to you about minor stuff, and it's just like, okay, relax, guy, you know. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna sand this. We're gonna sand our handrail, and I've been here way longer than I like to be, so we're gonna try to get it done as soon as possible and get out of here because it's already late. Anyways, I'll show you guys a video of it sanded and painted. All right, we got the handrails finished, welded up, painted. I did spray a little bit too much overspray, so I gotta grab my acetone, and I still gotta paint the screws, so I'm gonna do that here in a minute. But we brought back our first machine full of tools. If you guys would like a tour on this thing, I could show you. It's pretty much just a dolly welder, 125 size bottle, and then I attached this little box on the bottom that can be sealed. I got the cap over there. But I can give you a little tour in this cart if you guys like. It's pretty simple to make. The only thing I would change it would be the material. Rather than making it out of steel, I'd probably make it out of aluminum because it's pretty heavy. I'd say this thing probably weighs like well over 100 pounds, probably like 150 at the most. But I take the tools out, put them in its dedicated areas, and then I take that box off, and then it makes it a little bit lighter. But we're still waiting on some paint to dry up as well, so I'm just bringing stuff back. But I'll show you guys here the handrail in a minute. There's the handrail, fabricated and installed into place. Kind of sort of the same way as I brought it. It's about 1/8 of an inch short. That's what the blade cuts off with the with our cutoff wheel. But came out nicely. I kind of just got away with being able to silicone and paint on that. It's a little bit more difficult when it's exterior because it will be exposed to the elements, but since this is interior, it doesn't have to be sealed. So because what ended up happening was I kept popping the breakers, so I didn't weld it completely. But you guys are curious to know how sturdy this thing is. I'll show you. Put a death grip on it. There ain't no moving that. You see how red my hand got. Anyways, we're about ready to get out of here. I'll close these blinds because I opened them. And then on to the next one.